Hi, kids. It's me, Grandma, coming to you from the third cosmic ray, unconditional love, on Friday, December 25th, 2015. So, I got a story for you tonight, Sugar Butt, Bobo, and King Dynamo. And what it is, I wanted to ask you, Sugar Butt, do you remember this poem? I believe that you do, because as a baby it hung in your room. And I'm not sure the story that your mom told you about it, but she wrote that poem to me on my birthday in 2009. I know you kids might think she originally wrote it for you, but it's a continuance of generations, so I wanted to read it to you in my voice. Baby in womb, watch and consume growth everlasting. Inside you, a blossom due, the possibility of a life to be. A chance at action, feel the traction. Unfolding now, amazed at how birthing can unfold what spirit may behold. A connection between the levels unseen will bind us together as the stars play together. Overcome the talk, we'll walk the walk to a higher plane inside the brain, consciously aware of the truth that will stare us directly in the eye. What lies behind a veil, no longer blind. Luminous of transcendence shall uplift the senses to a state of being, one with everything. God bless, never less than an affirmation of God-sent information as a daily manifestation. And it says, to my loving mother, on the beginning of her 44th year. And what was funny is we had just started life charting then, so the first year, the day you're born, you're in your first year, babies, so I was really 45. Anyhow, it says, much love from your eternally grateful daughter. And of course, your daughter, or I'm her mom. She's your mom, right? We used to say that, remember? Be nice to my baby. Right. So, anyhow, I'm not allowed to see you or talk to you. I'm not allowed to send birthday cards or Christmas cards or gifts. So, the only gift I can bring you guys, and I love you so much, is these video posts. I'm a YouTube blogger now, so hopefully by the time you get old enough to be on the internet, you'll come find your grandma. When I was young, there was a movie, and I was probably about 8 or 9, and the movie had the song Sunshine in it. I don't know if the movie was called that. People remember it, I'm sure. But in this movie, there was a hippie couple, and they lived up in the mountains, and they got pregnant, and she got sick. When she went to the doctor, she found out she had cancer. She actually had cancer in her leg. And so back then, treatment was in its early stages. You know, people didn't usually live very easily through it. And the doctor told her that if she took the cancer treatment to save her, of course, that they needed to terminate her child because the child wouldn't be well with the medications they would have to give the mother. So anyhow, the gal that we're talking about, she says, I don't want the treatment, and I'm going to carry my baby full term and have my baby and love my baby. And so these guys were pretty poor, and one of the doctors along the way had gifted her a cassette player and some tapes. And so what her intent was to leave messages for her daughter, and they would be age appropriate, so it would take her through the course of her life growing up. Her mom was hoping to get to tapes up to her 18th year when she was a woman and ready for her own babies. So anyhow, she made the tapes, and she had the baby, of course, and she even lived a couple years and got to watch the baby grow up, run around in a diaper, in the mountain, in the fields of flowers. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I only saw it once, but it left such a strong impression on me that that's how the idea came about for leaving you girls and your mother and the rest of the world that's suffering these messages. So your life is being shared, and I do it because I love you and I love me, and it helps me a lot. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you my time with your mom and how much we loved each other, because to me it was so real. Now, excuse me, this is the first picture of before your mom was born. And here I am cutting her uncle's hair. This is a couple weeks before I deliver. This picture is at your mom's baby shower at the hair shop. And the old woman in the corner in the plaid outfit, the little suit, was my gram. So that was my mom's mom. And this is who I was very close to. So there she is. And she got to know your mom. I believe she passed when your mom was about 8 years old. Loved Graham. You'll hear a lot of stories about her. Okay, now this is funny, kids. They thought your mom was a boy. And what's even more interesting is that the same doctor that delivered me, and his name was Dr. Newport, he also delivered your mother. Isn't that beautiful? He was an awesome guy. Now, I was planning on having natural childbirth with your mom. I was actually going to labor in a water tank and give birth, but I had what's called toxemia, which is high blood pressure during pregnancy. And so when it came about time for labor, something didn't work out just right. So I had an emergency C-section. Actually, the cord was wrapped around your mom's neck, so she couldn't come down and make her way out. Now, this is the first picture that I have with your mom. And this is when I'm nursing her in the hospital there, in the surgery room, while they were putting Grandma back together. This is funny now. This is Grandma doped up on morphine. It hurts a lot to get cut open and have a baby. So I was having a little bit of fun there. I was terrified that somebody was going to step on the catheter tube. And of course, the catheter is what makes you able to go to the bathroom without peeing all over the bed, kids. Hopefully you never have to have one. Your mom had all three of you natural, so she didn't have to go through that, thank goodness. Here we are, and I know this is a little itty bitty picture, but this is the first time your mom met Santa Claus. And so she was starting her second year in this picture, and look how tiny she was. And you'll notice, Sugar Butt, you're the oldest. You do look like your mama, don't you? I've got pictures of you, Bobo, and wait till you see who you look like. It's pretty fun. Now, here's your mom with the Easter Bunny. She liked him. And here's your mom hunting Easter eggs, and you can see she's all decorated. Pretty cute, huh? This is a picture of your mom on her baptism day. And you can see she has this long dress on, and she's still walking. Now, in these pictures, and I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but there's an orb here following her. And it's in front of the pulpit, down on the steps in this picture. Now, I like this picture because it illustrates something. I can't see her and she can't see me, but we sure do have the same face, don't we, guys? And you'll notice that orb is right there above the two pictures that are on the chalkboard. This is your mom and I in the swimming pool. And you can see my brother in the background. That's your Uncle Jim. Well, it'd be your great Uncle Jim. Your mom's Uncle Jim. This is your mom trying to pet an old scared dog. His name was Muffin. And he was scared of her a little bit. So after this picture was taken, Muffin went to go live with my mom and Graham. That was your mom's first dog. One of my favorites. Now, this would be what people would think would be your mom's second birthday, but she's actually starting her third year. And we got her this sassy little birthday dress, and you can see she totally digs it. I hope you start to see in these pictures that your mom's always smiling, always having a good time. Usually had her hair done to the nines as she gets older, as you'll notice. Here we go. She's not so sure about Santa Claus this year. I don't know if you kids are growing up believing in Santa Claus or not. Some people celebrate different things at this time of the year, and one of them would be the winter solstice. So, however you're celebrating, I hope you had lots of fun today, and you got presents that you enjoy. Here's your mom with the Easter Bunny. First time with her hair curled and ready to go. It's pretty cool when Grandma owns a hair shop and can take care of everything. Now, this is one of the most sweet face pictures of your mom that I have. And she loved this dress, but it was so big on her. I think you're going to know this sweater, too. I like to show things that trigger memories, girls. This was your mom's Noah's, Noah's Ark sweater. And you can see how cute it is with the puff paint. I believe, Sugar Butt, that you wore this sweater, and I'm pretty sure your mom still has it. I hope so. It's a keepsake. This is the year 1991, and your mom was born in 1987. So, she was born at the very end of it. We're going to say she's about 3.5 here. We had a talent show called the Hair Emporium Follies, and your mom is dancing on a big letter block there to a song called Alphabet Rock. Here's your mom at your Grandpa Glasscock's house. Sometimes you get to go over there and visit. You can see that your mom is standing on these brick columns, pillars. They hold lights. So she's doing a little pose there. Okay. Now we're cool with Santa Claus again. And you can see the smile and the big personality there. Despite what your mom may tell you, She had a very happy childhood, but she had secrets that made her sad. And we will talk about those things because Grandma has no secrets, as the world's going to find out. And surely Grandma's not perfect. But to be the reason why somebody chooses to break down and blame their life, kids, don't ever do that. You are responsible for your own life. Here's your mom getting her hair done at the hair shop. She was in a dance recital. Disneyland. Played in the ocean, made sand castles. And here, kids, is the whole reason why Grandma never did tell the lie about Santa Claus, and I know that hurts some people's feelings, but we were at the mall, and you should have seen it. All the moms took off with their kids, covered their eyes, ran like the wind, because the Santa Clauses had switched out. And so how do you explain two different color Santa Clauses to a bunch of people that believe that this 900-year-old man is real? This all goes back, kids, to a book I read called Prospect for Peace, where it said maybe the kids don't trust the parents because the first 3 stories they tell them are a lie. And back in 1970, that was the stork, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus. Your poor mom. She had such big teeth and a little mouth. And so she went into braces very, very young. This was a hard time for all of us. But, of course, everybody wants straight teeth, right? Here's your mom in a fashion show at something called the Hazelwood Harvest Fest. Dancing with pom-poms, right? Her school picture with the closed mouth smile. She didn't like the braces, and I can't blame her. She spent 5 or 6 years in braces. You'll have to ask her about it. No matter what, she was beautiful, though. And so here she is, styling. She's got her hair braided and crimped, and it says prevent global warming. Your mom's still big into that, so it shows a continuance of spirit in a person. Here's where things get fun. Now, your mom had always asked for a baby brother or baby sister, and Grandma did lose a baby in between your mom and this baby, and this is your Aunt Lolly. So, there's your mom in the hospital after Grandma had her, and she's holding her, and they did love each other. I know you don't hear many good things about her, but she does love you. Here is your mom with Lauren, and this is about when she's 6 weeks old. What a wild woman. Look at the difference in size. Isn't that something? So, Sugar Butt, just like you were a squirt, your Aunt Lolly, she more like Bobo, you know what I mean? But everybody grows up pretty much the same. It's amazing how different babies are when they're born. Now, these pictures start the years where you're going from a kid to a teenager, so you can see your mom's growing up. Here's another orb. Your mom's always got an orb with her, and in these, they're all white. These aren't the brightly colored ones, so I hope they show up. But you can see, here she is doing the limbo, and here again, that's my brother, your mom's Uncle Jim there, holding the stick. This is a nightmare, guys. Your mom begged to get that hair cut. And so I knew I would take pictures of this and one day we'd show them again. There's the before. Oh, every hairdresser's nightmare. Here's the after. Your kid crying in the chair, swearing she never wanted it cut, right? But this shows the truth. Look at how beautiful the hair. And of course, your mom was always a hair color diva because I am the queen of hair colors. So there's her after. And this is your mom and her sister at my mom and dad's house in the backyard playing. This starts your mom's teenage years. So here she is in 7th grade with her friends. And there'll be a story, but not tonight. This is your mom's 14th birthday party, so she was really starting her 15th year. Grandma hadn't started life charting yet. You can see this party was kind of wild. You can tell your mom's grown now, right? Here she is at Aunt Lauren's birthday party at the roller rink. I don't like that scary guy behind her. He might have took a ride just a little too long there, and there will be stories. There's your mom. Beautiful picture. We did these as a photo shoot for the hair shop. Just beautiful, isn't she? Homecoming, sophomore year. That's a dance they have when you get in high school. Your mom was dancing in the halls. Now, this is, of course, your Grandpa Pratt, and you know him. And him and I had Chelsea, Lauren, and Ian. This is your Pratt family. But also on that side is your Glasscock lineage. And you're learning about that, I hope, as soon as you start to see these videos. Here's my babies at the hair shop. And this is almost 13 years ago. So there's 8 years difference between your mom and her sister, and 5 years difference between Aunt Lauren and Uncle Ian. I'm sure you're surprised to see your mom so skinny, and these were the days that she was very sad, and we were worried. We almost lost her. So you can see here she is. This is her senior year of high school. At the end of the senior year of high school, these pictures were both taken in the same park, actually right down the street from your house. Another orb with your mom. And it is white again, and it's up above the towels. Your mom covered in towels at the hair shop. That's why there are so many people that are heartbroken about what happened to our family. Hundreds of clients knew your mom and loved her so much, couldn't understand what happened and why she was sad. Now, we started a new life in 2007 and came to Ferguson. And here's your mom, so skinny, with your uncle. And you can see how little he is. You know how big Uncle Ian is now. He loves you kids. Loves to see you. When your mom was sad, she went to go live with your Aunt Candace for a while. Learn to grow up and work and figure out what was important. And when she came back, she seemed like she had been okay, and she looks much happier. And there she is with your aunt, happy and hugging, the way families should be. And this is the last picture tonight, kids, for your Christmas present. I really don't like to call it that. Your mom, happy, right before she met your dad. And so that takes you through her first 20 years. I love you kids so much. And I look forward to sharing more of these stories with you. So, with that, Grandma's going to get back to Uncle Joe. He loves you so much too. And I will talk to you soon. So with that, peace, love, and light from the Big Yellow House on the Third Cosmic Ray. Good night.